What's up, guys? Spencer here. We're back doing another video for you guys today. As always, it's a huge, tremendous help to the Hobbywing and Facebook page to give this video a like and subscribe if this video was informative and helpful for you guys. But in today's video, we're going to be talking about the vintage hype. 2 weeks ago, we were over in Las Vegas racing at the Orleans Hotel and Casino, the Team Associated Vintage Championship in the horse arena, I guess you can say. In this video, we're going to be kind of going over the products that I used, the gearing, the timing, and the ESC settings, just to give you guys a general rule of thumb of kind of where we're at amongst what we're doing for the vintage cars. Obviously, the vintage stuff has been a huge, huge hype to the RC community industry recently, and this video is just to help you guys get acclimated to the right motor, gearing, and the ESC settings. So let's get right into it. So the ESC and motor combo that was used over the weekend in my car and Ryan Cavalera's car was the XR10 Pro G3 speed control. The motor that was used, because of the class that we were racing and what the rules were, the two-wheel drive class was 13.5, so no motors faster than the 13.5 turn. I utilized our Hobbywing G4R 13.5 motor with the box stock rotor that comes with it, but I did have Matty G, our motor guy that goes to majority of their races, did set the timing endpoints on the back of the can to 42 degrees of motor timing. And then as far as gearing goes, on both RC10 and the B3 transmission, the gearings were both the same. The spur gear was 75 tooth spur gear, and the pinion was 25. Now, because of the track size, there wasn't much tuning going on with the gearing. The window was good. The motor temp and the ESC temp were in the ballpark. You are able to check the ESC and motor temp internally with the Bluetooth OTA system on the app and program box. I was seeing around like 140 to 160, which is pretty normal, if anything on the cooler side, which is good. Also, the track being a little bit smaller, there really wasn't anything to be gained from it. To keep in mind, though, when you're going to race these vintage cars, there might be different classes throughout the country that you might have to adjust to because of the motor rules. Personally, I think the vintage cars 13.5 was probably a little bit too fast, but the 17.5, the G4R motors were pretty hands down untouchable over the weekend. To add to that, we're going to go over the ESC settings. We're going to change the screen. I'm going to do the screen recording for you guys to go over it. And as always, hopefully you guys enjoy. All right, now that you can see that I have the parameters pulled up here on the OTA app, as you can see at the top, I have the vintage cars as one of the profiles. As you can see on this general settings list, everything looks pretty normal. Disabled on the voltage, protection for the ESC, motor protection is disabled, BEC voltage at 6 volts, smart fan enabled, auto off is disabled, and counterclockwise for the motor rotation. Here are the throttle settings that were preferred on the ESC settings. Throttle rate at 23, neutral range at 6, initial force at 2, drive frequency at 10, no softening, and freewheeling disabled. Brake settings, this is kind of one of the things that I wanted to briefly talk about. Because of the rear motor cars, my brake settings on the frequency were a little bit stronger than I normally have been running for the modern cars. Because with a rear motor car, you want to stab the brakes mid-corner. So my brake frequency and drag brake frequencies were both at 4K on both. Drag brake was at 12%. Drag brake rate was at 10. Max brake force at 85. This is something that you can easily run into the 90s with, but because I ran the drag brake and brake frequency at 4K, I still had pretty good feel on that particular track. Like I mentioned earlier, the brake frequency was at 4, which matches the drag brake frequency. Brake control was at traditional. And because of the rules applied on this class, there was no boost available, or excuse me, allowed at this particular event, and then turbo timing was at 0 as well. Obviously, this is a 13.5 motor class. This had plenty of power. I don't really recommend running turbo or boost in the vintage cars. Other than that, those are my ESC settings. You are able to go back and pause the video and check them out when you are going through to put them in your car. As always, these settings don't always apply or can apply to other ESCs that are on the market. Just a general rule of thumb, but if you do happen to run Hobbywing, then you're good to go. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll see you guys on the next one.